Thought we'd start the video on the car for once, switch it up a bit, you know, keep it less repetitive. But anyway guys, welcome back to another video. As you can see from the title, we're going to check out an Audi SQ7 TDI. It's painted in an Audi exclusive colour, Merlin purple. You might have seen it on a few RS6s on Instagram probably. And yeah, it belongs to a friend of mine who recently picked it up. He's waited quite a while for this car. I think it's probably due to the paint taking a bit longer because it's not an unusual sort of paint palette for the SQ7. But yeah, it should be pretty good. This is going to be more of a sort of car vlog. I always wanted to do more of these, but in the midst of all these reviews I kind of lost track of doing them. So basically this sort of content will be more frequent from now on, because I like to show you other stuff related to cars. I don't want to just do one review, walk around the car, go for a drive, then finish off. That stuff's going to get repetitive, so I want to show you guys a more variety of stuff. Like even this car in particular, an SQ7, you probably didn't expect me to do a video on it, but yeah, it belongs to a friend of mine. So what we're going to do, we're going to go meet up with him now and basically check out his car and give you guys probably some engine sounds, and yeah, just generally give you guys a feel of SQ7. It should be pretty good, so stay tuned. I'll see you guys in a second. There it is over there. Right, so here we are. We met up with the owner. There it is behind me. We're gonna go check out the car in a bit more detail. It's finished in Merlin purple. It's probably the only Merlin purple SQ7 in existence, and yeah, it just looks really mean. I was following him up before. The way the sun sort of bounces off the paint is amazing, and because it's a bit cloudy today, I might not be able to show you in more detail, but you'll get a good idea for the paint color. It's amazing. If you guys have seen some RS6s and 7 in this color, you'll know what I'm on about. But yeah, enough of me talking, let's go walk around this car. Right, so the SQ7 TDI. We'll walk through a few of the options on this particular one, and then we'll go turn the car on, give you a few engine clips, and then the owner's going to take us for a drive. So yeah, basically, like I mentioned, it's Merlin purple. It's got a black optics pack, so you get the front grille blacked out. You get the side bit blacked out, which is normally in silver with the Quattro logo, but you get the silver mirrors which stay. See, now on a few Audi S models now, when you get the black optics pack, the mirrors change to black, and I like when they're silver because that sort of signifies it's a high performance Audi. It's like that on my car, so you got silver mirrors. So it definitely, I think it sets off the car nicely, especially when you look at it from the front. You know something special is coming. Also, the car's got a panoramic roof. You can see it propped up there with a wind deflector. I know I've told you guys before, I do like the wind deflectors and how they look. It makes the car just look a bit more, I don't know, it makes it look more classy and stylish. It looks like you've got more of an option car basically. I haven't got it on mine, so I always notice it. And yeah, it's generally quite a highly spec'd SQ7. If you can see, it's got the sort of RS6 performance style wheels. I believe they're 22 inch. They are massive. Awesome looking wheels, and it's even got the sort of Audi S logo sort of calipers, a bit similar to my calipers, but obviously much bigger and obviously gonna stop a lot more power than my car. V8T logo on the side. Engine specs wise, it's a 4-litre TDI, twin turbo with an electric compressor. That's the unique thing about the SQ7. It has an electric compressor to eliminate turbo lag. Now the way it eliminates turbo lag is that the electric compressor spins up at low RPM, then you get the next turbo, then the final second turbo kicking in. So basically you're getting all the torque from 1000 RPM. 664 pound-feet of torque is literally one of the highest torque figures on any car, to be honest. It's also got 435 horsepower, so when you talk about diesel performance, this thing's probably one of the best on the market today. 0 to 60 is 4.9 seconds, and it probably runs onto limited top speed as most of the German cars do nowadays. But yeah, I mean, let's go have a look around the back. It definitely is a bit more sort of squat and estate-like, I'll be honest. The SQ7 is quite low, because I sat in it before and you don't sit like hugely high up like you do on some other SUVs. You feel kind of sort of snug in there. Got 4 exhausts. There's other 2 square pipes. Quite a nice little touch. The last time I saw square pipes, they were on an AMG, so it's good to see Audi changing up their game slightly. This colour is just amazing. I mean, look at this. You probably can see more of me than the colour, but check that out. Like I mentioned, this car's a few days old, so it is still due a new car detail. It's probably going to get done next week, so it might be interesting to see how it's like in direct sunlight when that's done. I'll probably put up a few photos on Instagram, so make sure you check that out. I'll probably leave a link to the owner's Instagram as well. He's got some pretty interesting cars. So what we'll do now, we'll go check out the interior, because the interior is impressive on these things as well. Right, so the interior. These SQ7s do come pretty highly spec'd out, as you would expect on an expensive car. But yeah, it has got a few unique options, this one, so we'll go over those. First of which is these sort of cross-stitched seats. They look pretty awesome, to be honest. I mean, Audi are really up in their game with every new model, and this is no different. It really is awesome, man. When you see in person, the stitching's awesome, and especially as this car is brand new, it really does have a nice sort of new car smell as well. Also, it's got a full panoramic roof, which really does help with the car. Like I mentioned, on the outside it looks good, and for the inside it really does light up the interior, so you can get a darker interior and still have light inside. I know it sounds pretty obvious, but when you get a darker interior and you have a sort of a black headliner, it can get very dark, especially in a big car like this. Also, you get this nice leather stitched steering wheel, as you would expect in a car like this. It's got a nice stitching pattern here, which is quite nice. You can get a flat bottom steering wheel, but I believe the owner's not gone for that. And yeah, just generally a very smart car. It's got bikes in the back, if you're wondering. As it is a sort of family car, you got to remember that. That's a good thing with these cars. You can use it for the family and then have a nice drive as well. Of course, it's still an SUV, but as SUVs go, it is pretty dynamic. And yeah, also just very nice and new. That's the main thing. Also, it's got rear heated seats, which is a nice option to have, and I believe it's got climate control as well, so pretty nice. Also, you get this nice suede pattern in the back as well on the side, or Alcantara, some of you guys like to tell me. But yeah, just generally a very smart car. Right, I think you guys are fed up on me just walking around. You want to hear the car, don't you? So what we'll do is just turn it on now. It is a V8 twin turbo. I know it's a diesel, but if you guys know about the SQ5, you'll know that that car which had a V6 sounds a bit like a V8 because it was imposed an exhaust. So obviously this thing's got a proper 4-litre V8. So I assure you it does sound good. I was following him up here and definitely sort of has a low sort of RPM growl. So what we'll do, we'll just turn it on instead of you guys listen to me, right? So yeah, let's turn it on. I know some of you guys have noticed my S3s over there, but we're not focusing on that. Focusing on this S car today. Nice little key as well. It's good to see Audi switching it up. And they put the SQ7 logo on there. I wish they put S3 on mine, but mine's got them old style keys. And of course this thing's keyless. So here's the start button. Got a nice little red outline as well. Foot on the brake. You just hear this old little growl. Right, I hope you guys managed to hear that. Proper deep sound. It feels like there's a lot of power under your foot, and rightfully so. It's 435 brake in this and all that torque. So what we're going to do now, we're going to jump in and go for a drive. Right people, so here we are on the SQ7. The owner doesn't want to be on camera, but you know, we're going to do a bit of a drive now. You hopefully get to hear it. It does have a low speed growl, so hopefully it should be pretty good. Just going to drive around here and hopefully you get to hear it. Okay, straight away can definitely feel that torque. I wasn't really expecting that, but I'm not gonna lie, I was following it before and he was obviously in front of me, and every time he floored it, the S3 took a few more seconds to keep up. Obviously it's lighter even though it has less power, but you know, like sort of delay before you press the accelerator and actually going, this thing just flies, man. It feels proper secure as well. Jeez. Okay guys, it's a very fast car. It's not just fast for SUV. It's fast. I don't know if you guys can hear the roaring as well. Proper sound, man. Oh, it sounds even louder when we put the windows on. Give it a downshift, right? Yeah, man. Yeah, the way it echoes off the walls, man. Yeah. So it's got the usual 8-speed box, but I imagine this one's probably toughened up a bit with that much torque. 660 pound-feet. Cockpit as you expect. It's weird seeing SQ7 there, and yeah, you can have the different modes on the left, have the map as well. Proper nice experience, man. And also it can cruise quite nicely as well, because obviously it's a family car at the end of the day. You can use it for everything. The owner's got his bikes in the back, so it's pretty good. You can literally drive normally, do your usual sort of routine. When you want to go, you just go. You leave behind a lot of sports cars in this, because you know, with petrol sports cars, they take time to get going. You either got turbo lag or you've got to rev them out. Let's say natural aspirated ones, you've got to rev them out. These things are just fast straight away. I mean, I've noticed that with some of these other fast diesels, like these S3s and these Golf Rs are fast, but you got to rev them out. There's that initial delay. It's in dynamic mode, so it's got air suspension. This is its lowest setting. Back the window down here. Manual mode. SUV. Dad, I don't feel like an SUV, man. The way it stays flat through corners, I've never experienced that in an SUV before. I've probably experienced it in proper sports saloons and stuff. Defo different. And also he's controlling it via the sort of paddles. You also manual modes as you do. It's an 8-speed box. Ah, that's crazy. That was a full second gear pull as well. Love the sound as well, man. You definitely hit your head on the headrest, man. A nice headrest as well. Yeah. It's a nice headrest. You're gonna need them, trust me. This you can put in off-road mode as well. If you go to the sort of air suspension settings, there's an off-road dynamic. It's pretty awesome to see because most Audis just have comfort, dynamic, efficiency and auto. This has got like 2 extra ones because it's a 4x4 at the end of the day. You can get into trouble in this car, I'm not gonna lie. You know, because you can see everything, you're a bit higher up. You can see basically all the gaps. And sort of normal performance car, you can't see the gaps because you're sort of behind everyone. But this, because you've got the power and the handling and the height, you literally just see anything from all the way down there. You just go. If you like your sort of performance cars and you want an SUV, this amongst a few others is probably sort of the best consideration. This obviously has got loads of torque, so it's a bit different to the others. There's a lot of performance SUVs that are petrol, but this, the way it just shoves, is different. And also you can get a good MPG if you want to. I know that's not the sort of focus of this car, but if you want to do a motorway run, you don't hardly use any fuel compared to say a V8 supercharged like you get in some of the other one, or V8 twin turbo petrol. And to be honest, just as fast around here because the torque comes in straight away, like we've said about 100 times. But trust me, the torque is like a dominating factor in this car. Definitely try an SQ7 before you sort of write it off as an option, because a lot of people, they just go for the default Range Rover Sport, or a some people might go for the M50D X5. Now that is probably a good car as well, but this has a V8 raw. That's a 6-cylinder. I know it's got 3 turbos, but this probably sounds better. And also it's just something a bit more unique. It looks a bit different to a normal Q7, whereas X5s with the M Sport, they all look the same. It's a bit more unique. Right guys, so we're going to wrap up the video here. Big thanks to the owner. I'll leave a sort of link to his Instagram. He has got a few nice cars, and this was basically the SQ7 TDI. It's a proper beast of a car. He's only had it for a few days, and literally he's done probably 500-600 miles in it already, and literally you just want to keep driving it. And after now sitting in the car, you can see why. It's just crazy. The performance is different to what you'd expect it to be. If you've been in a sort of SUV that sort of got like 250 brake, 300 brake, like a normal V6 diesel, it's not like that but faster. It's a totally different experience. It feels like a sort of petrol surge. It's probably because obviously it's got the electric compressor, so you get a constant surge across the rev band, and the way it sticks in the bends, literally, like, those are some tight corners back there. Like we usually drive around there in hot hatches and stuff. This thing, you're just putting it in and the car's just sitting there. Like, it's just amazing. So anyway guys, take care. I'll see you next video. Subscribe for more to come. We may do some other stuff with his cars as well. Like I said, check out his Instagram. I'll put it on the screen now. And check out my Instagram as well. We're always posting pictures of this. I'll probably post a few more pictures next week when it gets detailed, and see how this sort of Merlin purple looks like in the sun. But yeah, overall, take care guys, and I'll see you next video.